So the variable is, if you look here, it has multiple parts, right? We will say variable string student name equals to John. Okay, so here we say data type of this variable is the string. The name of this variable is the student name, and the value of this variable is the John. And this equals will be kind of assigning a value for this variable, which is assignment operator. Okay, so this is the string variable, but we have a lot of other variables. Let me show them to you. Here we have two types of variables, actually primitive types and the reference type of variables. So under the reference, the one that we have learned is the string. And we have arrays, we have our custom objects. We will see them later on, but for now we'll be using a lot string and learning more on that string. Okay, and on the primitives we have 8 of them. Okay, which is boolean, byte, char, short, integer, long, float, and double. So this is usually numerical variables, so we can assign some number to this variable. Okay, let's try to do an example on the IntelliJ. I'm gonna come down here in my first package, right click on it, for a new Java class. We'll say primitive variables. Let's create some main method. Okay, so let's say we will have some student. Okay, for the student, we will create a name for the student. We're gonna say string student name equals to, and let's say John equals to John. So this is our variable, but this is a reference type of variable, which is string. Strings accepts the values like a text values, okay, and you need to put them into the double quotes like we did right here. And let's say this is our student, and we will say student will have some age, right? So we will say integer age equals, let's say 25. Okay, so for the numbers, we're gonna use integer. So int. If it is a number, whole number, then we are using int. And if you see here, we don't have these double quotes like we had in a string, because this is a number that is used without any double quotes. Okay, so we will say system.out.println, and I will say student name is plus name, and I will say system.out.println student age is plus, and we will say age. Here is not name, actually it needs to be matching with my variable name, which is student name. So we need to say student name. Okay. And right here, semicolons. Great, right click and run this, and we will be having those two variables printed in these print statements. Okay, student name is John and student age is 25. Great, we have different variables. For the text values, we're gonna use string. For the numerical values, which is whole numbers, we can use integer. And there's a lot of primitive variables that we can use for the numbers. And I will show you on next video how we can use different primitive types.